viewers. Today we are going to see a book review on body language. And before going into the review, I'm going to pose you some questions. Consider a situation where you are an employer and someone, your employee, who wants to resign from the job. You don't know what is the reason. You want to find out what is the reason without his knowledge. How do you find it? Or your child tells a lie to you. And in another situation, you have to find this, whether this child is telling a lie or not. That you have to find. So in both the situations, how do you find it? So today we are going to see on a book review or a definitive book of body language, in which most often what we say contradicts what we want to say. So there is a difference between what we say and what we want to say. We have some intention, but we hide the intention because of society and we express something verbally. So most of the times verbal language may contradict with our intentions, but one thing which cannot contradict with our intention is that body language. The answer, which is not a new one, or this is not a new concept, this is a very old, millions of years we have been with this body language. But currently, because of verbal language, we forget how to interpret this body language. This book is going to be an arena or a place where you can learn how to interpret the body language. So, do you want success in your profession, or if you want to teach effectively in classroom, or if you want to hire someone to your job, you want to know about what exactly the person is having the intention, and if you do want to influence people in your life, so if you want to have all these things, then you need to read this book called A Definitive Book of Body Language, written by Alan and Barbara Pierce. This book, which first chapter consists of what is the application, why this book needed for you, and what is the scope of this book, and from this book what I can get. So these are the things they covered in first chapter, and they introduced in next chapters about how the postures and gestures, or how the body movements which tells our intention to do something. Say for example, what is a universal gesture for saying yes? You know, right? When I say yes, if I nod my head from the upward to downward direction, then it is called, this body movement is called yes. With the start of this, he has given each and every body movement, it conveys a meaning. Only thing is that we have to observe very carefully. So that is what given in this book, very minutely. And this book diagnoses your negative body language if you does have, and you can also get a benefit that you can modify that negative language into good positive language. That's one of the benefit from this book. And not only that, this book also consists of cultural differences. Say for example, I am an Indian, so I do have a different body language culture, but whereas in different cultures, different body languages may be interpreted. So that is also included in the chapter. And there are also things like how the seating arrangement should be done in certain places. So that is also covered in this book. And not only that, there are also added section called dating and courtship behavior. So this section, they covers how male and female they behave, how their body language when they are in dating and courtship, when they meet each other, how their body language, what is the attraction point of male to female, and what is the attraction point of female to male. So these are the things which are covered in this book. Okay, if you ask me, who are the people who can read this book? If you are a HR profession, or if you are a person who are interviewing, or if you are an employer, if you are a businessman, if you are doing any activities, if you are a lecturer, professor, if you are a doctor, everyone need this book. Even a housewife can use this book, and they can do a effective parenting. In the first few sections of video, when I told you that when a child tells you some lie, and you can easily find that whether the child telling lie or not using the body language what it shows. But this body language interpretation, which is not an easy thing, and it is context oriented, so this is not an universal. Say for example, if I say what is a word for apple, A-P-P-L-E, but here this is not the thing that universally it won't apply. So in body language, each and every movement and gesture which applies to a particular context. Okay, so that's the critical thing. So that's what and I think you have to consider before reading this book. So that's all about book review of definitive book of body language. And if you want to purchase this book, I have given the link for Flipkart and Amazon online shopping to get those books ordered. I have given the link in the description box. Okay viewers, thank you, and I will meet you again with another book review. Until then, bye from Ganesh Pandey.